In the Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto, Lord Krishna is giving knowledge to Uddhav. This is also called the Uddhav Gita. It is at a much higher level than the Bhagavad Gita, because the speaker speaks to the level of the listener. In the case of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is delivering knowledge to Arjun. Arjun was in ignorance, thinking these are my relatives, thinking of himself to be the body. So Lord Krishna explained to him, Arjun, your true relative is God. And in the Bhagavatam, Sri Krishna is giving knowledge to Uddhav. Uddhav is a Paramahans. He is at an extremely elevated state of realization. So the Uddhav Gita has very sophisticated knowledge. In this 11th canto, 14th chapter, first verse, Uddhav asks Sri Krishna a question. He says, Vadanti Krishna Shreyansi Bahune Brahmavadinaha Tesham Vikalpa Pradhanya Mutaho Ekamukhyata. He says, O Sri Krishna, in the Indian culture, there are so many processes and pathways to the ultimate goal. Every scholar who comes describes another path. Every book we read talks about another path. And we see them practiced variously. This leads to great confusion. Which of these is right and which of these is wrong? And why did so many pathways come into existence? Oh Sri Krishna, please illumine me so that I understand what is my dharma, what is my duty in this world, and thereby I'm able to do it. This is a beautiful question because this is the question before most people. Somebody explain to me what my dharma is so that I can do it. Lord Krishna said, O Uddhav, Kalena nashta pradaye vaniyam veda sangyata mayadav brahmane prokta dharmo yasya madatmakaha. In my Vedas, I had talked about the path to God realization. However, what happened was that a lot of people came to read the Vedas. Now, each person, based upon his or her own intellect, interpreted the Vedas differently. Just like, suppose there's a bird sitting on a tree, and the bird in its language is saying something. A group of people were sitting below. They started discussing, what is the bird saying? One of them was a trader. He said, listen, the bird is saying, sont mirch adrak, grocery items. The other was a wrestler. He said, you have got it wrong. Listen again. The bird is saying, dan baithak kasrat, exercises. The third was a devotee. He said, you both are not listening carefully. Listen again. The bird is saying, Ram Sita Dashrath. So each of them interpreted the voice of the bird according to their own mentality. In the same way, Lord Krishna said that 4 kinds of people came to read the Vedas. Some were tamasic, some were rajasic, some were sattvic, and some were gunatit. Some were affected by the mode of ignorance, some by the mode of passion, some by the mode of goodness, and some were beyond the 3 modes. Each of them found a different meaning to the same Vedas that I had manifested. And hence so many paths came into existence. And some others Pakhanda matayo pare. They got created by tradition. How? There was an ancestor. He started something. His son said, my father used to do like this, so I also do like this. The son's son said, my father's father used to do like this, so I also do like this. The son's son said, my father's father used to do like this, and that is why I do like this. Now that tradition got established. Like I meet many people, they say, Swamiji, in our house, we never read the Ramayana. What happened? What's the problem? You know, if we read the Ramayana, somebody will die in our house. How did you reach that conclusion? No, this is going on from my father's time. What does that mean? In the time of one of your ancestors, the Ramayana was being read at home and somebody passed away. Yes. So today also if we read the Ramayana, somebody will pass away. Now what kind of logic is this? This is self-created logic. Tell me, how many ancestors have you had? Oh, I must have had thousands and millions. And how many days are there? 7 days. From Sunday up to Saturday. So all these ancestors must have died in 7 days. Yes. So then none of these 7 days should be auspicious to you. Why is it that only the Ramayana is not auspicious to you? If you say that somebody passed away because of the Ramayana, then on each of these 7 days, some ancestors passed away, it should be inauspicious. But a tradition got created. Once I was sitting on the steps of a temple and a lady came. She stopped on the first step. She took the water in her hand and she sprinkled it on one side of the step and then on the other side of the step. And then she threw it from under the left armpit. Then she caught her ears like this and went up and down. Then she took a circle and did like this and walked into the temple. When she came out, I asked her, Deviji, what is it that you were doing? She said, Swamiji, I don't know. I have been observing my mother-in-law do this, and that is why I do it. As luck would have it, 5 minutes later, the mother-in-law also came. She took the water in her hand, she sprinkled a little on the first staircase, left side, and then on the right side, she put it from under the left armpit. When she caught her ears, she went down and she went up. She did a little like this, took a circle and went in. When she came out, I asked her, Mataji, what is it that you were doing? She said, Swamiji, don't ask me. When I was small, I used to watch my mother-in-law do this. That is why I do it. Now the mother-in-law's mother-in-law square is not alive. That you ask her, why was she doing it? But the tradition got established. So Sri Krishna says, Uddhav, in this way, hundreds and hundreds of paths kept getting created. And he describes some of them in the Bhagavatam. Dharma meke yashaschanye kamam satyam damam samam anye vadarthi swartham va. He says, one party came, they said, perform Karmadham, the path of rituals. Just do the karma kand, everything will happen. Another party came. They said, the path of rituals in this age of Kali, impossible. How can you follow all the 6 rules? All right, then you tell us what to do. So they said, Yashaschanye, earn a name for yourself. After death, the only thing that will remain is a name. That is why one businessman went to a temple and he donated a fan with his name, his father's name, his grandfather's name, all on the fan. I will die, but this fan will remain here. Somebody went to Seva Kunj in Vrindavan and he put a brick there with this whole dynasty on it. This brick will come to save me at the time of death. Now, whatever you did all your life, you will get the karmic reactions. The fan and the brick are not going to come and save. But it is a disease. It's a wrong understanding. While the scriptures say, Guhitasya bhavet vriddhihi, kirtitasya bhavet kshayaha. Do good and don't tell anybody about it. The pious merits of that will increase. The Bible says, let not the left hand know what the right hand gives in charity. But still people have this urge, I need to earn a name. So a third party came. Dharma meke yashaschanye kamam. They said, this is all nonsense. All you need to do is to enjoy yourself. Eat, drink, and be merry. The Epicurean philosophy amongst the Greeks, it has its version in the Indian culture, Charvak's theory. Charvak was a gross materialist. He said, Yavat jivet sukham jivet. So according to Charvak, there is no afterlife. There is no soul, you are the body. The moment the body is destroyed, it's all over. So while you live, just enjoy yourself. Yavat jivet sukham jivet rinam kritva ghritam pivet bhasmi bhutasya dehasya punaragamanam kutah. If you get happiness from ghee, beg, borrow or steal, but drink the ghee and be happy. The Charvak gave his viewpoint. Another party came. They said, this philosophy is totally ridiculous. Eat, drink and be merry. There must be something higher in life. All right then, you tell us what to do. So they said, Satyam, tell the truth. Satyameva jayate. The truth will be victorious. Now another party came. They said, the truth will be victorious. In this age of Kali, if you speak the truth, people will not let you live. There was one young boy. His father instructed him that, look, you are now in your adolescence and you need to get some spiritual wisdom. So go to the temple every day. In the morning, Panditji does the Katha. You listen to the Katha. The boy went to the temple. That day, Panditji was relating the Katha of Harish Chandra. Sanch barobar tap nahi, jhoot barobar pap. There is no sin as big as lying and no merit as good as saying the truth. So the boy made a resolve, henceforth I will always tell the truth. He came back. His father had a small shop. So he sat in the shop to do his duty. One customer came. He said, do you have such and such item? He said, here it is. What is the price? So he remembered I had to tell the truth. He said, we are selling it for $145, but the cost price is only $45. That customer went off. What is the point? The next one came. Again, he said, this is $350, the marked price, and the cost at which we purchase it is $175. Now the father heard. Father said, my child, you are running us out of business. What has happened? The child said, Father, you asked me to go to the temple and listen to the Katha. So from Panditji I learned, Satyameva jayate, the truth will be victorious. And that is why I made a resolve, henceforth I will only speak the truth and nothing but the truth. The father caught his head. He said, "My child, I sent you to the temple to the Katha, but I forgot to tell you how to listen to the Katha. When you sit there, you put your cloth in front. Let all of Panditji's Katha come in this cloth. But when you get up, you just shake the cloth like that. Everything I have heard, let it all remain here. Panditji, the knowledge you gave was invaluable, but tera tujhko arpan. What I received from you, I offer it back to you. For me, my worldly knowledge is fine. Arey, my child, just look at me. For 25 years, I have going to the temple to listen to Panditji's Katha. And till today, I have not shaken 1 inch from my place. You went one day and transformed yourself completely. Some people said, this is not a very practical philosophy. We'll tell you a better way to do it. Do Dhamma. Control your senses. Another party came. They said, what will happen by controlling the senses? The mind is the cause of bondage and liberation. Do Sham. Learn to control the mind. Yet another party came. They said, no, we'll tell you the most powerful spiritual practice. And what is that? Perform a fast. Do an upavas. Which fast to perform? Any. The Monday fast, or the Tuesday fast, or the Ekadashi fast, or the Amavas fast. And if you can't figure out which is suitable for you, create a new fast. Santoshi Mata fast, etc. So what do you do on the day of a fast? You don't eat. Do you do any spiritual meditation, contemplation? No. Just don't eat. Today is Ekadashi. So today we will do the fast. What happens is that on a normal day, people don't think about food. But when Ekadashi is coming, the day of fasting, 2 days in advance, people have started meditating on food. The mother says, Ekadashi is coming, my child, what will you eat? You are not allowed to eat any grain. What is it that you will eat? Ask the husband, all the children. So everybody gives their preference. And keeping that in mind, the phalahar, the allowed food is made and a whole pile is made. So now they sit down to eat the Ekadashi food. And the rule is you must eat only once a day. In a little while, the stomach is full. Now what to do? So some people say, look, if you get up, you won't be able to eat again. Just keep sitting there. After 1 hour, when you again become hungry, eat a little more. And sitting, if you become exhausted, you can lie down. If you fall asleep, never mind. The fast is not broken. You can wake up and then again eat it. You see, people with their innovative mind have created new kinds of foods. Panditji was telling us a few days ago that they have the normal day halwa, of course, and the ordinary halwa. But now they've got the Ekadashi pizza as well. So some people say, what is going to come out of these fasts? Lord Krishna says, Uddhav, so many pathways have been created and they are all wrong. Adyantavante vaisham loka karma vinirmita dukkho darkastamo nishtha kshudro nanda shucharpita. Uddhav said, wrong. My Lord, they have got truth. They have got austerity. They have got rules and regulations. How are they wrong? Sri Krishna said, not wrong, Uddhav. They are all nice. They are all helpful and good. But they are not sufficient to liberate you from the cycle of life and death. They are not sufficient to take you beyond the material energy. The benefits you get from them will all be temporary. So how do you cross over and reach the ultimate goal? Bhaktya graya shraddhayatma priyasatam bhaktim punati mannishtha shvapakan api sambhavat. The one essential addition in all of these, without which they are useless, alongside with which they all become beneficial. Just like the one and the zeros. Without the one, they are all zeros. And with the one, they all keep adding up. So in the same way, the one in this case is bhakti or devotion to God. Without that bhakti, all the rituals are mere physical drill, a waste, and exercise in futility.